Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, guys, we downloaded a new version of OBS, and we've been playing with the sound forever. But no matter what we do with the sound, it just seems like, we've installed and uninstalled programs, check all parameters. Sometimes things get changed settings-wise. 3 different mics we've tried. It doesn't really seem to matter because, they'll do one thing or another. Just to let you guys know too, we were watching the views on this morning's video on EEARTS, and it was at 2,950 something. And then we had a person that we were working on, and then I go and look at it, and it's rolled back to 2,440.
Yeah, so they're doing what they can to cripple the channel, and in a way, I guess it's okay because we know we're hitting on good, solid information.
Yeah, so they rolled back 500. I've seen them do that before on Evolutionary when they started to really hit Evolutionary really hard. So it's just par for the course, but we know we're in a battle here, that is for sure. And look at this, we got a 5.1 Quake, 94 miles east-northeast of San Diego. And so this is being tweeted from San Diego earthquake. And actually there's quite a swarm going on right now. So you see the Salton Sea there. And in fact, when we take a look at it right here, now the USGS downgrading service, bringing it down to a 4.9, 11.2 kilometers depth. And if we look at all the earthquakes that they're listing on the USGS, they list 376, and basically in the area right here in the US West, that's 291 of 376 quakes. So obviously a very, very high percentage.
Yeah, it is. So we got quite a lot of activity going on here.
And obviously when you look at these lines, we're looking at faults, and there is a major fault that runs right through here. Now, we had talked about this a while ago. At one time, Baja California was attached to the mainland, and it's basically been separating. So there is some line of thought that at some point in time, it might just keep doing that. There's all these different scenarios. We talked about the Walker Lane possibility that it might rip all the way up to Carson City, Reno at some point in time. But we'll keep a close eye on this. There's a lot of activity going on right now, a lot of swarming, a lot of the usual places west of Tonopah in Nevada. We have a lot of activity at the geysers going on now. Look at that little swarm right now, 27. A lot of the usual culprits, the Ridgecrest area over here at the base. China Lake, 44 going on right there. Maybe there's still some underground battles going on with reptilians. I bet you the sound just went crazy when I said reptilian. Let me try another word. Anunnaki. It's so funny because it's just so predictable.
It's becoming obvious.
So we also see we have 100,000 people stranded. Highest rainfall in 60 years. This is in Bangladesh, our brother Asadusaman's home country. And we send our prayers to all the people around the globe that are being hit with incredible rains and flooding, all sorts of earth changes that are going to still keep ramping up for quite a while.
Yeah, do stay safe, please.
Everything is floating in the water. I could not save anything. The rain filled the road and was pouring into the house so fast at 2 a.m. That's not a good time to have all that happening. Everything was washed away before I realized anything. Then there was no electricity, no charge on the phone, no drinking water, no use of water. And they're again stocking up water, maybe putting it in a higher place.
Yeah.
Some of these areas like Bangladesh floods every year. But it's just the fact that, when you get a whole month's worth of flooding going on in 12 hours, it's not good. And over here in Turkey, paralyzing flash floods and damaging hail. Looks like he's going to take a spill there. Look at the size of the hail. Look what it did to the windows. Yeah, that could be deadly.
That could knock a hole right in somebody's skull.
And there was a water spout along with heavy rains caused flash flooding in a marketplace. Tram services briefly interrupted. I wouldn't doubt that. A lot of rescues had to be made. Look at the size of some of these. Wow. And we see now we have a total of at least 40 people dead in the West Coast wildfires, which are still going on as we approach 4 million acres, dwarfing anything we've ever seen.
I know, this is really getting insanely horrible.
Yeah, it's just everything that we're seeing is just incredible, very apocalyptic. People are picking up on it. It's the year 2020. What hasn't gone wrong in so many ways, as what you're looking at is ash descending. Look at that.
I know, I had a dream kind of like that, but there were tubes of ash and there was fire around the tubes, so that was creepy.
That sounds volcanic. Yeah. And so there'll be a little bit of a change. We're going to have well below average temperatures coming up in the upcoming week in the east, and then well above average in the west. And of course, what we would love to see is some drenching rains in the west. And, it's just these stalled patterns that create a lot of havoc. And we have snow falling near Rome as Italy suffers its coldest September temperatures in 50 years. There's all sorts of records falling, all sorts. And of course, we have the sun cycle we've been talking about. But there's a lot of other factors too. Over here in France, you had reports of 6,000 sheep and 100 cattle got stuck in a mountain pass up in the Alps. Can you imagine that? They were buried in 2 meters, or about 6 feet of snow.
That's so terrible. My gosh.
And just keeping a track on Arctic sea ice volume. And, for really a full year, it's been running at the lowest levels going back to 2004. And right now it has passed the year of 2016. It's running right in line with last year at this point. So we'll see if this starts to build and head towards, a little bit higher level. Guys, we want to thank you for your support on Patreon and also on Ko-Fi. Really do your preps as best you can. All the countries of the world obviously have a lot of issues going on. There's so much we're all dealing with. And here in the U.S., I think a lot of people are holding their breath to see what's going to happen the first week of November, as we were talking to some good friends today. And, there's a lot of people that are planning on taking a little mini vacation right around Halloween and seeing how things shake out, maybe like around the 7th, just to see, maybe take a nice vacation somewhere very remote just to see how things go.
Yeah, probably would be a good idea to maybe go camping that weekend. Maybe.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going to happen. You really don't know what's going to happen, although, all signs are pointing towards it being kind of a mess.
Yeah.
So as always, we're going to put our positive intentions out there in the world because people are waking up. More and more people are waking up every day. We have to wake up as many people. So, one of the things I haven't asked for in a long time is, can you share? Let's wake people up. Yeah. Share the info, not just with this channel, but so many other channels are doing great jobs. And I know there were some people saying, well, what other channels do you like? What other ones do you recommend? We love to watch Atlantean Gardens because he's uncovering a lot of mysterious things hidden in our history. Robert Seffer, he has 2 channels, Robert Seffer and Atlantean Guardians. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's definitely a favorite. And who else do we like? Good old Rex.
Oh, Rex is fun. Yeah, Leak Project. Rex is just a fun guy. Yeah. And of course, David Adapt 2030 is a very, very good friend of ours. And Christian's a great guy over at Ice Age Farmer too. There's a lot of really good channels. I like BP too. I don't agree with BP Earthwatch's politics. I think he's still stuck in the matrix there, but I think he's a really good person, and I think he does a great job with anything weather related and uncovering a lot of things. Of course, you got Dabu. Dabu does a good job exposing a lot of stuff too. There's a lot of good channels out there, and then we watch a lot of the homesteading channels too, and RV life and things like that. There's a lot of people that are trying to get out of the system, trying to show us how to get out of the system. Tiny homes, is a big thing as well. And, we have basically bopped back and forth between our RV and a few other locales. And the RV is 140 square feet. It's pretty dang tiny. But it can be cozy. it can be cozy. Sometimes it's challenging getting videos up, but at the same time, having some ability to be mobile, because you don't know what the next thing is going to be. We see the wildfires, we see the hurricanes, we see the floods. Who knows what's coming next? There's definitely going to be chaos on the second and third. We know that's coming. That's obvious. So again, being as self-sufficient as possible, getting yourself to a point where you could actually do it off-grid if possible, and growing some of your own food. All these things they're things we have to delve into in this world.
Absolutely. And another one I do like is good old Marfugel. He's a good one too.
Yeah, Marf can be fun too. There's lots of them. And then as far as like homesteading, we like the Holler Homestead. We like Sow the Land. I mean, these are like people that were back in the Green Dream Project. Yeah, the Sow the Land and Holler Homestead are from the Asheville area. So I was drawn to them when I was in Asheville, and nice couples, just really good people. And then Green Dream, great people in Arizona, and they're down around Wilcox, I think, that area down there. They're in Cochise County, which is a great one. And then that makes me think of Derek and, oh gosh, what did you do? I can't remember it. But Derek, I can't remember what Derek's channel is now. But he's in Cochise County too, and his wife is vegan. Him and his wife are vegan. And her channel is huge, and she does all nutrition and stuff. And somebody's going to know who I'm talking about here. Handyman, that's what he goes by, Handyman. And Handee, man. There's so many good ones, though. And explore. And, feel free to share in the comments other channels that you guys like that might be of use to people in these times. So as always, guys, stay safe, God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.